Hello, my name is Tristan. This topic about service container. A modern BSP application is full of objects. One object may facilitate the delivery of email message, while another may allow you to visit information into the database. In your application, you may create an object that manages your product inventory or another object that processes data from a third-party API. The point is that a modern application does many things and is organized into many objects that handle stuff. Okay, this article is about the special big object in Symfony that helps you instantiate, organize, and retrieve many objects of your application. This object called a service container. This will allow you to standardize and centralize the objects were constructed in your application. The container modularization is super fast and simplifies an architecture that promotes reusable and decoupled code seen on the core Symfony last you the container. You will learn how to extend, contribute, and AC use any object in Symfony in last part. The service container is a big contributor to the build and extensibility of Symfony. Finally, configuring and using service container is easy. By the end of this article, you will comfortably create your own object, VAI container, and customer object from any third-party vendor. You will begin writing code that is more reusable, testable, decoupled, simple because the service container makes writing good code so easy. So what is the service? But simply a service is any bit object that performs some sort of global task. It's a purposefully generous name used in computer science to describe an object that is created for specific purpose. Uh, for example, delivering emails as service is used throughout your application whenever you need the specific service is provided. You don't have to do anything special to make a service. Simply write a baby class with some code that accomplishes a specific task. Configuration you are create a service. And a rule BSP object. A BSP object is a service. If it is used globally in your application. A single mailer service is used globally to send email messenger, whereas the many message object is delivery and not service. Similarly, a product is not a service but an object. To process product object to the database is a service. So what is the big deal? Hence, the advantage of thinking about service is that you begin to think about separate SB of the function in your application into a series of services. Since as service do just one does just one job, you can easily access as service and use its functionality where you need it. As service can also be more easily tested and configured. Since it's separate from the other functionality in your application, this idea is called service-oriented architecture and is not unique to Symfony or even BSP. Structure your application around is set up inside dependency service class is a well-known and trusted object-oriented best practice. These skills are key to being a good developer in almost any language. What is a service container? A service container is or dependency server container is simply a baby object that manages the installation of a service. For example, objects. Okay, for example, suppose you have a simple baby class that delivers email message without a service container. You must manually create the object whenever you need it. For example, we need him and here this AC enables the imaginary smaller class allow you to configure the methods used to deliver the email message. For example, send mail MTB But what if you wanted to use the mailer service somewhere else, or Rentable don't want to repeat the mailer configuration every time you need to use the mailer object? What if you need to change the strand box from send mails to SMTP everywhere in your application? You don't need to hunt them down. Let's you create a mailer service and change it. Okay, let's example. We have here, for example, we vary in the controller here. Okay. Now you want to create a function. Send. For example, login. For example, uh, after login successfully, you will send an email. For example. Okay. Now in okay login successfully. Okay, and send mail. For example, a register. Now in other function, for example, forget password, you also need to send an email. This code also repeatedly, right? So how? Okay, by using service in a controller, simply resolve that. First, let's continue, right? A better answer is to let the service container create the mailer object for you. In order for this to work, you must test the container how to create the mailer service. This is done via configuration with send specific XML, jam XML or BSB. Okay, here, service here, service name for the mailer. Okay, we have last. Okay, mailer. Everything will be last. Okay. Argument and array. When simple initial is build the service container using the application app config.email by default. The extra file that is loaded is distracted by app kernel register. Okay, exact loss is detected by app kernel register container configuration method, which loads an environment configuration and for example for that environment. Okay, let's figure it out. Okay, here for example I create a simple route and get an app. When run this, we will meet the error and we know it's survive in dev debug project container and because we have the name will be app mailer, so the name of when get mailer service will be get get app mailer service, right? Okay, here is where the mailer service is initialized about when about register container configuration. Let's figure it out. Okay, here. Okay, we will look something about this. Okay, when I refresh the page, nothing happen. I guess it's because the config dev do not change anything. So let's enter one line for it. Okay, and run it again. Okay, after some figure out, I think we should change service. For example, I change a parameter, but one interline not enough here, and it will go to kernel and go to here. It will load the configuration necessary for Symfony. Okay, after some figure out, I know when it's actually create the service through the uh, YAM file. Okay, YAM file loader. Yeah, here. Um, Here is where the uh, service definition is back. When after symfony definition the service, it will be automatic. Create a row app debug project container. Here we can get app. Okay, so we understand the scope and when the server have been created. An instance of app bundle mailer slash e now via the service container. The container is available in any external Symfony controller where you can access the service of the container via get subcut methods. Okay. Okay, for this is just the demo when I create here. Okay, when you create easily get a new service here. Okay, when you ask uh, uh, now let's implement this last. So we have here okay service app bundle and mailer, right? App bundle and mailer. Okay, I think we should but okay this service, right? Okay, okay, sorry, no, okay, the okay service, no, not this name by okay, okay, let's try it again. Okay, just so it's already so we already success this is simpleton we have here. Okay, then just okay I this out. um, when you ask the HTML service from the container constructor the object and return is another major event of using service container, namely a service is never construct until it's needed. So remember this only will create a new instance when we call this it's never created before for it. This is another major expense of using service container, namely a service is never constructed until it needed. If you define a service and never use it on the request, the service is never created. So it saves the memory and increase the speed of your application. This also means that there are very little for no performance hit on the file loss of service that are never used and never constructed. A bonus, the mailer service is only created one and the same instant in return each time you ask for the service. This is on way the behavior you will need. It's more flexible and powerful, but you will learn later how you can configure a service that has multiple instance in the how to non-set service article. Okay, maybe we will have another topic. Let's study together about it. Okay, let's create another example which controller extend the Symfony controller by which gives you access the service container itself. You can get the get methods or locate the retrieve mailer service from the service container. Okay, service container. Okay, service parameters. Some if you want to define some error elsewhere, so we should use parameters instead. Uh, the reaction of service VAA container is very straightforward. Parameter must define service more organized and flexibility. Okay, now we can define a parameter here. Okay, and for example, we we should but repeat either mailer service name. Okay, here, right? Okay, now we can put it here. What the now what we should add before, right? Okay, the end result is actually same before. The difference only how we define the service by enload email by enload app mailer support which percent size the containers know to look for a parameter with that name. When the container is built, it looks up the value for s parameter and use it in the service definition. Okay, if you want to use string as star with this side side add the parameter value as very say mailer password in Gmail, you need to escape it by use another this side. This only apply to Jam format. Okay, also note the percent size inside a parameter or argument as back of the string must be escaped with another percent size. The purpose of parameters is to fit information into service. Of course, there were nothing wrong when define the service without using any parameter. Parameters, however, have several advantages. First, of separate the organize of the on-service option under the single parameters key. Parameters value can be used in multiple service definition when create a service in a bundle. This follows shortly. Using parameter allow the service to be easy customized in your application. The choice of using or not using parameters is up to you. High quality third-party bundles will always use parameters and a much service stored in the container more configurable for the service. In your application, however, you may no need the lexible of parameters. About array parameter, parameter can on you contain array value. Okay, for example here. Okay, uh, reference injection service. So far, the original mailer service is simple. It has one argument in its constructor file which is AC configurable, and you will see the real power of container is realized when you need to create service that depend on one more other service in the container. As an example, suppose you have the new service, new letter manager that needs to manage the preparation and delivery of an email message to a collection of address. Of course, the map mailer service is already really good at delivering email messages to you. We must it inside newsletter manager to handle the actually delivery of the message. This return is that look like something like right. Construct mailer without using service. You will re-aim file entry using the inside the controller. Okay, this approach is fine, but if you decide later that the newsletter method needs a second or third constructor argument, what if you decide to refactor your code and rename the last? In both cases, you will need to find a relay where the newsletter manager is installed and modify it. Of course, the service container gives you a much more appealing option. right? When you make your application very flexible. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, right here we define the last. Here is argument. Okay, something wrong here. Okay, in the jam the best show app mailer. Yeah. Syntax tell the container to look for a service name app mailer and pass that object into constructor of new letter manager. In this case, however, the specific app mailer must exist. If do not exist, an exception will be thrown. You can mark your dependency as optional. This will be discussed in the next session. Using the reference very powerful tool allow you to create dependency service class with well-defined dependency. In this example app, new developer service needs to app mailer service in order to function. When you define this dependency in the service container, the container takes care of all the work of instance of the last optional dependency setter injection, injecting dependency into constructor. Okay, sorry, I will demo the first before. Okay, now we need the new letter manager. Okay, 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 new letter manager. Okay, right. See here. Now okay, mailer. Okay, okay, let's try it out. Okay. Maybe we should return this. Okay, okay, send mail, send mail. Okay, we should undo this. Mail service. Okay, okay. Now in the controller, right? Okay, let's figure it out. We will news enter manager. Okay, now we okay, okay, test manager send mail for example. Okay, okay, now we example send mail, right? Okay, test it again. Okay, see, we don't even need to instant an mailer. Symfony will automatically call mailer for it. Okay, okay, let's continue. Setter injection, inject Turn dependency into the constructor in this manner is an stable way of ensure that dependency is available to you. If you have optional dependency for a last hand, setter injection may be better option. This means inject dependency using a method called rather than rule the constructor. This last would look like this. Okay, remember before, so we this setter copy. Okay, we don't need constructor anymore. Okay, okay, inject dependency by setter. You just need to change the syntax. Okay, so we just need to change the syntax here. Okay. Okay. Right. Okay, we apply. Okay. This approach reason in this action called constructor injection and setter injection. Symfony service container also support property injection. The jam configuration support format support and expand syntax which may be useful when the jam contents are long and complex. Okay, now we start it. So here we don't okay, right, we set mail mailer, right? Okay, set mailer for example and try again. You see in this case it do not instant for it, so in this case we must try again. Non given. Okay, sorry, I'm wrong. Okay, try again. Okay, see, so we are already have the basic view about container. It's very powerful with allow with create the container easily. You know, when an application there are many bugs, so we can divide it into many service and provide server provide data. It will make your application more couple and easy to manage. Okay, thank you.